There are storms we see coming, far on the horizon, their clouds gathering with a silent solemnity that feels, almost, beautiful. You stand at the crossroads of hope and dread, watching Bitcoin's line oscillate on the chart, blue and brittle as winter glass. Today, it isn't just numbers or cold prediction. It is memory, doubt, the bone-deep feeling of rolling dice in the dark. How low can we go? Is the floor beneath our feet as steady as we want to believe, or just one layer of sand atop centuries of shifting tides? Before we begin this descent together, if you find these reflections resonate with you, subscribe to Crypto 101 Central. This space is for those who crave more than charts, a community, a voice, a steady hand in the night. Tap the bell, let it be your beacon. I'll be here, steady every time you need a light in the turbulence. Year after year, the story unfolds the same way. Bitcoin, that improbable phoenix, soars until the wings of euphoria burn hot and bright, and then, without warning, the air grows thin. What are we chasing? Every cycle, every midterm year, we hold out hope. Maybe this time, maybe this market turn. But history whispers otherwise. Each time, after each hope-shattering top, there's a slide beneath the realized price, deeper down yet below the balance price. These lines, they aren't just technical features. They are silent gravestones for every wave of certainty that broke against the shore. Staring at the chart, I see not just numbers but echoes. The terminal price, realized price, balance price, 3 lines, cold and unforgiving. The terminal line used to tell us when to be afraid, when Bitcoin ran so high it left reason behind. But in this cycle, euphoria didn't come. There was no pounding of the digital drums, no wild-eyed crowd rushing to the top. Only a hush, apathy smothered all. Do you remember? The last time it happened, 2019, Bitcoin climbed listlessly, like a ghost remembering how it used to live. That year, the terminal price was double the actual price. And it did not matter how you measured, that gap between ambition and reality yawned wide, waiting. Now again, years later, no madness, just a quiet top, a lingering question. The same old story. When the party ends, Bitcoin always falls beneath the realized price, then the balance price, almost ritualistically. In 2011, 2015, 2018, 2022. Always, the bottom came when these invisible keystones finally buckled. Sometimes with a roar, sometimes with a whimper. It happens so reliably it almost feels ordained, and yet, each time, we fight to believe it will not be us on the wrong side of history. Is it denial, hope, or simply the weight of thousands of voices refusing to believe in gravity? If you've watched this market long enough, you know the pain of a drawn-out decline. It is not swift, never merciful. There are months where fear masquerades as calm. Sideways movement. A feigned peace before the next avalanche. We saw it in late 2014, in the languid misery of early 2015. Every cycle, after the first drop, there is always sideways, until the band of market resistance creeps up, cold and tireless as a shadow, shoving us into the next act. By the fourth quarter, as autumn leaves wither, so too does hope, and down we plunge once more. Now, if you're thinking, maybe this time is different, you're not alone. Each voice in the crypto crowd finds solace in a different narrative. Liquidity, business cycles, the myth of the supercycle. I see it reflected in messages, arguments. Those who were bullish months ago, convinced the low is in, and those who were always skeptical, who can almost taste the next drop. There is a tragic poetry to it. Bears are right too soon, bulls wrong until it hurts, and by the time consensus is reached, the market is already shifting once more, unseen. Take a moment here, breathe, and if this journey matters to you, if you value this honest march through the fog, hit like. Let me know your thoughts, your fears, your hopes. The comment section is not just a field of text. It's a campfire. Gather, share, challenge me. I want to know where your compass points, where your confidence cracks, and where you find meaning in these cycles. Every year, the percentage drawdown gets a little softer, 93%, then 87, then 84, then 77. There is a rhythm to it, almost hopeful, as if time itself smooths the edges of our collective panic. If the trend continues, perhaps 70% is our mark this time, just below the balance price, maybe briefly beneath realized price if the current slides harshly enough. Not all at once, never that. Time is the blood of this bear market, every day a droplet in the wider stream. And the truth is, no one knows for sure. Not me, not the loudest voice on social media, not the most reclusive analyst hoarding data in solitude. Anyone who claims otherwise is overshadowed by the weight of these cycles, by the simple, unvarnished fact that markets are made to humble the proud. I have fallen into the trap myself, longing for a missed top, hoping for a sudden lifeline. Sometimes, all the noise we produce is a desperate plea. Let me be right, just once. Bear markets are strange things. They make fools of us all. There are days, weeks, even months where the price trends up and you begin to hope, to believe. The market teases out the bulls, lures in the cautious, offers a glimpse of redemption, only to drop the curtain, hard, fast, without warning. The counter-trend rally, a trickster spirit. When things look safe again, that's when the trap is laid. I have learned, painfully, you can be directionally correct and still end up battered if you grasp at leverage, if you think you can outsmart the pattern. There is beauty, strange as it sounds, in how this cycle repeats. Watching the realized and balanced price move, a living, shifting tide, I remember last November, when those anchor points were so much lower than today. Their position isn't set in stone. They dance, just as we do, responding to winds we only occasionally glimpse. If you find yourself wondering, if everyone knows this, maybe this time it won't happen, remember. Knowing is not believing. In 2022, after FTX collapsed, the market bottomed almost exactly where no one believed it could. The fear was thick, absolute. Those who clung to hope were drowned out by the din of capitulation, and yet, it was in that hour we finally turned upward. So, where is the bottom now? Where does apathy cede to acceptance? Where do we finally empty out all hope and find, at last, renewal? I wish I could name the level, carve it into stone. But I've seen enough cycles to know time matters as much as price. If, by spring, a May swollen with expectation, we cross those lines, I'll not insist on further pain. If hope kicks in, pulling Bitcoin above the resistance band, maybe then we can breathe easy again. Until then, it's waiting, watching, and listening to the ancient song of cycles. Often, in moments of reflection, I am struck by how stubborn hope can be. Despite years, despite wounds, we flock back to the same altar. It is tempting, almost addictive, to believe we will be the ones to spot the shift, to catch the bottom, to ride the first light of a new dawn. But mostly, we miss it. The market punishes the bold, then the fearful, and only when most have turned away does it offer renewal. Let's not forget, amid all this, other tides wash over us. Gold, the old nemesis, the mirror to Bitcoin's youth, begins to gleam. In each midterm year, Bitcoin bleeds to gold, as inevitable as the returning tide. 2014, 2018, 2022, 2026. When the conversion chart shows this bleed, it is not gold's fault. Blame, if there is any, belongs to time and the market's insatiable hunger for resetting expectations. In the end, what do I want for you, for this community, for those who stay up at night watching blue lines thread across the void? Patience, the humility to listen to the market cycle as one might listen to the ocean, rush and retreat, crash and calm. And when your fears coil tight, remember, no one walks this road alone, no one knows everything, and no price point is written in the stars. Thank you for lingering in this reflection. Subscribe if you haven't, reward the algorithm and help others find their way through this fog. Give the video a like, ring that bell, and above all, let your voice be heard in the comments. I read them, consider them, learn from them. As night falls on this chapter, remember, there's always another story to unravel, another cycle to witness. Watch my other videos, stay curious, and when the cycle turns again, as it always does, I'll be here. Until then, stay vigilant. Stay connected. The story of Bitcoin, and of us, continues. See you next time.